Did you know severe trauma can literally shrink critical parts of a child's brain, physically altering their path forever? Imagine that damage twisting perception, fueling impulses so bizarre, like seeking connection through acts others find monstrous, they defy easy explanation. This real-life story confronts the agonizing aftermath when survival instincts curdle into something disturbing and deeply unsettling. Can a soul warped by such profound pain find its way back, or is the damage truly irreversible? The experience of being separated from families, especially for young children, isn't just a sad event, it's a deep trauma. Research over decades confirms that kids, particularly younger ones, depend heavily on their parents for their emotional well-being. Parents provide a supportive and nurturing relationship that is critical for healthy development. They act as a shield, buffering their children from the psychological consequences of significant stress and helping them learn to regulate their emotions. When that connection is broken, like when migrant children are separated at a border, it removes the child's most important protection and creates a new, terrifying experience. This isn't just difficult. Studies show it can disrupt normal child development, leaving long-term negative consequences for both psychological and physical health. Early adverse experiences create detrimental behavioral and biological impacts that can last for years, affecting adolescents long after the initial event. This early life stress leaves actual biological scars. When children face traumas like separation, their bodies release high levels of the stress hormone cortisol. While cortisol helps in short bursts of danger, being constantly elevated has negative effects on brain structure and connectivity. It can slow down neuronal growth, essentially how brain cells connect and develop. Critically, it can reduce the size of important brain structures like the hippocampus, a part vital for memory and learning. It also affects brain regions involved in effective emotion regulation. This physical damage contributes significantly to why early life stress is consistently associated with behavioral problems, symptoms of mental health issues, and psychological disorders later in life. It's a major risk factor for developing depression and even suicidal behaviors. The impact isn't just short-term, it can have immediate and lasting consequences, especially when the stress is severe and piles up over time. Like experiencing hardship in home environments followed by a difficult journey and then separation. The anguish isn't limited to the children. For parents, having a child forcibly separated is one of the most traumatic events imaginable. It can induce intense feelings of anguish, despair, guilt, blame, and depression. These powerful negative emotions are overwhelming. They disrupt the parent's ability to cope well with adversity, to be resilient, and to learn essential life skills. This pain is often exacerbated by the uncertainty surrounding their lives, even after reunification. Raising children while experiencing these deep, prolonged negative emotions is incredibly difficult. Research has documented the powerful negative consequences for children raised by parents suffering in this way. These children themselves face higher rates of depression and other maladaptive behaviors. They often have difficulty recovering from stressors and regulating their own emotions appropriately. It becomes a vicious cycle, a pattern of suffering passed down that is incredibly hard to end. How do people cope with such profound hardship, misery, and feelings of isolation or abandonment? We see struggles for survival and resilience play out in real life and in the stories we tell. Literature and film often explore characters facing immense challenges. Creating relatable characters, people with flaws and struggles we recognize, allows us to connect deeply with their journey. We develop empathy, feeling their pain and hope as if it were our own. Some believe that experiencing these strong emotions through a story can offer a kind of release, what Aristotle called catharsis. Witnessing a character's grief or fear might allow us to process our own pent-up feelings from a safe distance. Seeing a character find strength or make a difficult choice can be incredibly moving and even motivational. However, healing from deep trauma is complex and never simple. Research with children who experienced institutionalization shows that returning to supportive family settings is an essential first step, and recovery is possible. Having dedicated, attentive parents who provide nurturance and safety makes a huge difference. Yet the path to recover is often long, and the scars, both psychological and biological, can remain. This complexity is something powerful storytelling acknowledges. While some simple narratives offer easy resolutions, the most impactful stories often reflect reality's messiness. They show characters grappling with their weaknesses, making difficult choices with uncertain outcomes, and living with the consequences. They explore emotional truth, allowing us to see ourselves in the struggles of others, even those whose lives seem vastly different from our own. This fostering of empathy, this connection through shared vulnerability, is perhaps one of the most vital functions of storytelling in helping us understand ourselves and each other. But many questions remain unresolved. How complete can recovery truly be after such profound early adverse experiences? What are the most effective long-term treatments and support systems needed to help individuals rebuild their lives and manage the lasting impact on their emotional regulation and mental health? How do we effectively break the intergenerational transmission, that vicious cycle where parental trauma affects child development? The burden carried by those who endure such hardship is immense, leaving them feeling vulnerable and often facing continued struggles for years. We are still learning how to best support healing and resilience in the face of such deep wounds. Exploring these difficult human experiences, understanding the depth of emotional pain and the fight for hope is crucial. If these stories of struggle, resilience, and the complexities of the human spirit resonate with you, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to keep watching.